Hey, RBM Trade Vietnam. Let some people come on in here. If anybody shows up, it's been a while since I did a live stream. I know I should do more, but I've been busy, man. I've been busy with some dope ass shit, actually. We got a video coming up. I got an unboxing and then also a upgrades video on an AR that I bought. So I got a new AR pistol. And it's pretty cool. My 21-year-old son, he got one also. And so we got twin AR pistols, me and my son. And we did an unboxing part of the video already. We recorded it. And I'm gonna mix that with a video of the different updates and different things that we made to our ARs that make them unique. They're different. We got different parts and other things going on them. So I'm gonna upload that video, and I need to do that soon. But yeah, stay tuned for that. So I've been busy though, man. I got an LLC, and I'm working on getting a couple of more, trying to get things lined up. Trying to formulate a business plan for all three LLCs is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy work, but I've been putting in work. A lot of mental, a lot of thinking, planning, strategizing, coming up with ideas. This LLC that I got right now though, it's called Mazed and Confused. That's the name of the business. Bro, I'm telling y'all gonna spaz when y'all see this shit. Y'all gonna be like, Trey, your imagination is crazy. I can't believe you're doing this. It's a dope ass idea. What up, Austin? Rick James is in this bitch, Greenbox Media. How y'all doing, man? Good to see y'all tapping in, man. I ain't did a live stream in a while. Cody up in here. What up, Cody? All the long time people, long time supporters. Yo, when my shit finally hit like 500,000 subs, I'm never gonna forget y'all names, bro. So thanks for y'all support and understanding and shit like that, tuning in and shit. Real talk. Let's get right to it, man. What I got going on for this video, man. For this live stream. What's crazy is that with the activism, what I've been having going on, I've been out in the public a lot past 6 years doing the open carry demonstrations and shit. I've been meeting a lot of people, really taking the social temperature, seeing what's going on out here, how people really feel about gun rights and stuff like that. What's up, Trey? Speak louder so I can hear you. Okay, you have to show me later. Okay, I'm making a YouTube video. Okay. Okay. I'll come check it out in a minute, okay? All right. In like 5 minutes, I'll come check it out. So the LLC is mad crazy, man. I can't wait for y'all to see this. I'm gonna have to I don't know how far I should speak on it, but I really want y'all to understand and see what the whole deal is. Once I tap in with my lawyer, because I'm gonna have to possibly get like some licensing and some shit going on. So once I talk to my advisors and shit about specific things that I want to do, once I see the licensing that I might have to get involved with, once I lock that in and I know I'm locking in all of the little, loose ends or whatever, then I'm gonna let y'all in on what's going on, because I'm proud of it. It's super dope, man. And y'all gonna be surprised, man. People that really rock with me, y'all gonna know that the way my mind worked, that when I tell y'all how this business is supposed to work, you gonna be like, yeah, that's some Trey shit to do. That's some Trey shit to do. It's just off the wall. But let's get back to it. Speaking of off the wall, like, so meeting all the other people who support me and what it is that I'm doing, other people who understand how important gun rights are, people who have questions, concerns, or anything at all when I'm out doing open carry demos and shit like that. even when I'm not even doing a demo, because I openly carry a pistol every day. So every day is an open carry demonstration to me. My camera's not always going. So I get the conversations from people who either support it or got questions about it, people who don't like it. It's all day, every day with me when you see me, bro. I'm going to make you face that shit. And what I've been finding out is that when I think people support gun rights, I, I'm talking about people. You can go so far as to find people who sell guns, people who own and run and operate uh, a gun store. You're an FFL dealer, right? You can find an FFL dealer that is still turn their nose up at it, not understand it, not really completely agree with, understand, or wholeheartedly support the idea of the AR-15 open carry demonstrations that I do. When it's strange to even those people, I be feeling like I'm on the island, bro. For real. That's how I know I'm the one, bro. Don't nobody go far enough. I know people who run gun stores who have this blurred line between how they think and feel about gun rights and what they think is tasteful, what they think is appropriate, what they think society is supposed to recognize and respect and then expect. I think if the law society says that openly carrying an AR-15 or a shotgun or AK or something is legal, if it's legal, how the fuck is the public so turned off by it? It's so foreign to us. People don't like the shit. They won't rock with it. Listen, man, it's the law society is who I expect to be trying to negatively influence it. Us down here as people, I would expect for you to recognize just as much as I do that if it's my property, I don't understand why you got the heart or the energy to try to make the effort to tell me what the fuck to do about something that I own because you find it to be dangerous. And then when you find the variations of what people consider dangerous or not and where their lines are, man, it's people that run gun stores, man, that had these blurred lines, man. And I don't think they really in for it. They're not into it like they appear to be when you talk about being a licensed FFL dealer. People still don't be into it. Because when I say I support gun rights, I am not talking about the Constitution. I'm talking about whatever made these motherfuckers write the Constitution in that way. They were inspired by something. Whatever they were inspired by is what I like to focus on because they did not need to write it down for those things to be true. And if they destroy the right and it's still already true, I want to go for what it is that inspired them to write that Constitution, not the Constitution itself. And when I say that to people, no matter how smart they think they are, no matter how much intelligence I try to credit them for having, when I say that, it doesn't penetrate through. It don't penetrate to all the way through whatever barriers or cognitive dissonance that even a gun shop owner might have in place. It doesn't penetrate enough for them to say, "I see what you're saying, and we do got to go there." And you know what? The Constitution is only so cool to me. It's only cool because it might work as a reference that we can know that we're on common grounds when we address these things. Other than that, I don't need it. I don't care if y'all destroy it. I don't care if they never wrote it. What is it about me saying things like that that people can't understand when I thought that they were gun rights supporters? So much so that they own and operate a gun store. What is going on? I don't understand, bro. Motherfuckers is crazy. I am the one, dude. I am, man. And I don't mean that to say that I'm cocky like no one else can fucking touch me. I'm saying that I can't find nobody that fucking hears me and go exactly like that, Trey. Very rarely do I find that. And people in my comments and shit, yo, what's the audio? I got no audio. We got no audio. Can we get a sound check? Oh, I am good. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Um, but yeah, like I swear, like only the people that I can, very rarely do I find somebody who understands me completely when I speak up on gun rights. Everybody has this filter, a wall, a barrier between the real truth and what it is that they are latching onto. That even the most diehard gun supporters, this motherfucker runs a gun store, right? Cool guy, smart guy. Bro, there's a barrier. I bumped up against the barrier talking to him. This is like yesterday. I bumped up against the barrier talking to him. As soon as you say something needs to be regulated or controlled and this and that, now you got to bring flawed human beings inside of a fucking system that's supposed to work like it does on paper, but won't work like that because you're only going to plug in flawed human beings into this with the expectation that it's going to work. I think that's crazy. Y'all expectations are all fucking weird and they too high, and it's insane to me. I don't have any expectation that government, no matter how much of a necessary evil somebody might want to call it, is not going to work, and there's always something better. You make it better by adding a few ingredients to the stew that we got going. I'm not saying that um, all government is completely bad, period, no matter what. I think that government under voluntary means with harsh punishments for those that violate, that will work. That'll work. It's worth giving it a shot because we know goddamn well under a system like that, we have minimized the likelihood that we'd have to deal with super corrupt politicians who are violating people's rights and stealing money and lining the pockets of all their friends to take this government corporation relationship that's really like an oligarchy kind of a thing. This is kind of the government that we really have. And you explain it all thoroughly, and most people will understand it if I explain it in pieces. But when I put it all together, people don't see the bigger picture. And this that barrier, bro. That's that barrier. Corporations and government work too well together in the way that they do doing this function, and then we catch them all the time for us to trust either system, especially when we see them working hand in hand. As soon as you see something that's miles above you working hand in hand with something else that is miles above you to your detriment, and you can recognize that, you can measure the damage, bro. When you can point to the damage and measure it, you got to stop playing like you're in control or that there's faith and hope in something. Everybody playing a victim about all of the wrong shit. You are a victim of your government, though, and nobody's playing that card. Not enough to say that I don't trust them. What is it that I'm trying to trust them with? Protection of rights that would stay in place if everybody leaves me alone. The rights will stay in place. The only way I can lose any rights is if government gets involved. Why are they considered the protectors of my rights when they are the only ones that can fuck with them? You guys are crazy. This is why the guy that owns the gun store can't hold a candle to where it is in my mind about what's going on. None of these guys are on my level. I love and respect these guys because I don't see them as combatants, really. But I do think that if government stood up and said, this is what we're doing, and the Constitution has gave us a lane to actually do exactly this, you have to accept this. You're governed by us. You elected these people. We went through all of the government processes, and somehow we came to the conclusion that y'all can't have them ARs and them AKs no more. This is what we're doing. These kinds of people make me feel like if they had a story smooth enough to deliver to your ass that sounds like that, is if everything that happened is the will of the people because we've been in charge this whole time, and this is what we voted on, this is what we accepted, this is what we begged them for in the midst of the fear with the public shooters that they're all behind. This is what I think with reasons. So ask me why I think that, right? When you wrap all of that together, you should come to the conclusion that government can't be the one to tell you what to do. I don't understand why y'all can't understand that. Take the bigger picture and look at everything that's going on. You'd have to say that just because you want someone to be an overwhelming force of dominance upon the criminals doesn't mean that we have to take all of the other bullshit that comes along with your attempt to do that, which is hardly going to work. And I think it's every man's fucking due. That's why every good-hearted man should have a gun, and they should be left alone. The fuck are you going to do to get a fucking gun ban? How are you going to get that? Have y'all imagined the violence that it's going to take and the violations of the rights that y'all pretend to celebrate every 4th of July, man? There's a violation of all of that going on in order for y'all to get the gun control and all this other shit that people be talking about. And I hate to see gun supporters start sounding even a little bit like the gun haters, because as soon as the guy that runs a gun shop says there's certain regulations and shit needs to be in place, cops are all good to some degree because of the duties that they have, that the ATF has a fucking place, and that, you know, sometimes they're cool, sometimes they're not, blah, blah, blah. Man, listen, I don't cut none of them no slack at all. I don't trust that lane to be filled in with people who could either be bad people, psychotic people, depressed people, people suffering from PTSD, they can have all of these negative qualities, and then you plug them into the system that tells them that they're above me some way, somehow, because law and order must be maintained. Get the fuck out. If no victim, no crime. And I shouldn't have to talk any further than that, because the Bill of Rights is trying to tell y'all this shit. Everything that I'm saying really is already in place in a whole bunch of writing that they pretend to praise, but nobody wants to honor that shit. And when I pointed out that not only have they violated and deserved punishment, that we probably fucked up by allowing them to think that this shit is debatable in the first place, because all they do is posture and debate about shit that we already told them, don't tread on me. Y'all can't win that fight anyway. How the fuck you gonna win that fight? That's a no-go. If y'all do that, we busting. This is what that don't tread on me shit be saying, right? That's what y'all say. And then y'all meet them in the court of law to argue. I'm saying from the bottom of my heart that I don't think that we're supposed to be arguing with them at all. We should have told them any measure of gun control that they want, they have to fight us to get it. You got to beat us into submission. We're not going to give you shit. That's how you tell them shall not be infringed. If you put on a suit and tie and you go meet with their ass in a fucking court of law somewhere to debate that shit, and then you lose, you look like an asshole, a sore loser to play the game, lose in the court of law, and then be mad about something. That don't look like you revolt after that. You revolt when you say, man, no victim, no crime, don't touch me, fight me, and they start fighting, and you revolt in defense. That's a revolution. That's a checkmate. Because you never did nothing to nobody. You told them to bust a move if they want to take rights that shouldn't even been argued in the first fucking place. That's where we need to go. Anything less than that, you out of your mind. Me openly carrying the AR-15 shouldn't sound strange. You know what it takes for you law-loving motherfuckers to make it like that? Iowa in the past like 10 years have been moving progressively in that direction of more gun freedom. Good for y'all, but look how wrong they were 20 years ago while everybody praised government, let them do their thing. As soon as y'all change your mind and loosen y'all grip, y'all are admitting to being wrong beforehand. Punishment is supposed to happen to y'all after that. I'm wrong for saying all of that stuff. Either y'all don't know that, or y'all some bitches that don't really mean all of that honorable salute the American flag ass shit, because you're not patriotic. The patriot will tell you that anybody violates their oath of office, off with their head, bro. We're not playing with y'all. We're not fucking playing with y'all because we meant it. You look like you meant it. Had a ceremony and all type of shit. Had a banquet. You drank wine. Your wife got drunk. All type of shit. All in the banquet. Fuck out of here. You look serious as fuck. Now you got to live and die by that shit. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Everybody playing, bro. That's why I say I'm the one. Because people don't like going that far. I don't think their mind is there. So I go, you own a gun store, that don't mean that you're more supportive of gun rights than me. You arming the city, good for you. But what are you arming them with? Huh? A little hint of compliance so that the ATF changes their mind about a gun you sold them. You want them to comply. What? About a gun I bought from you? No, sir. Will not. You couldn't stand next to me and say, man, just get a gun back to give it back. It was never theirs. Buyback sounds crazy when they talk about the gun control and the possibility of a buyback. Niggas is tweaking, bro. I don't gotta like none of that shit. Niggas is bugging. I'm gonna go see what my son wants to show me real quick. You gotta get them notifications up, Engineer X. What up? Because I've been bugging already, bro. I've been bugging already. Fuck the ATF and the U.S. government, Chinese government too. Fuck all of them. What up, Trey? What you got going on? Oh, there's so many of them.
Yeah, I just clicked on this.
Oh, clone? Oh, yeah, that clones you. That word is clone. That means to copy. Yep, you just copied yourself a buzz. That's cool. Okay, make it quick. Make it snappy. I'm on my YouTube, bro. What you trying to show me?
That look.
Oh, all of those? Okay.
Just like that look. He's Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla. That's so crazy.
He used to. He's really huge on Roblox.
Yeah.
I mean Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like he's like this big.
That's huge. That's crazy.
He's all the way big.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'll be up in a little bit. Okay, I'll hang out with you. Yeah, I see that. That's all the way big for sure. This crazy. So yeah, real talk, man. Motherfucking yo, like openly carrying an AR-15 when you're doing a demonstration the way that I'm doing is supposed to not make the next motherfucker come out here and then go sit at the Applebee's with his AR. That's not what I'm trying to get people to do. I'm trying to get people to notice that this is legal and then stop fronting on that shit, first of all. Secondly, I want people to feel like, hey, man, if they don't trust me or know who I am or what I got going on, let me scare you into buying a gun. And then you just forever be diligent about not really knowing what the fuck is going on sometimes out in fucking public. Oh, well, I don't give a fuck if I scare you to it. Go buy a gun and stop being a pussy about it, right? So there's that. But I think the whole political message of making something that has made its way into something like a government system and then somehow it has been relatively maintained. Like, there's some nuances, of course, like the gun rights ain't fucking free. They try to regulate and they control a lot of shit, and it's kind of bullshit. But hey, I got something to go bang. I got a lot of them motherfuckers, and it's too late. I already got it. Now they can't have it. They ain't gonna never get that shit from me. It's way too fucking late. Ha ha. My foot's in the door. Fuck out of here. I ain't giving up shit. I wouldn't give up shit right or wrong. Even if I was wrong, the expectation that I give it up is kind of crazy. It's just way too late, man. The shit is in my hands. It's too late, man. It's that simple. Motherfuckers is tweaking. I don't gotta like none of that shit. Yo, check out the shirt though. Check out the sweatshirt. Yeah, Hood of the Living Dead. That's my shit. Yeah, Nightmare Armor. Check it out. Link in the description. Fuck is you talking about? Yeah. Yeah, let me get my phone propped up real quick. All right. Man, that's probably gonna be blinding. Yeah. But yeah, man, listen, it's rough out here. It's hard out here. It's hard out here for a pimp. Man, do anybody Trade JR like Papa, very intent on the stuff. Okay. Hey, thanks for the post too, Rick James, posting that link and shit. Yeah, that might reset it, Engineer X. Thanks, man. But yeah, man, I'm tired of bumping into pussies, bro. I very rarely find somebody who is standing on 2A business, and really meaning that shit and letting people know that that Second Amendment is a way for us to communicate with them. But we don't need none of that shit. None of it matters. Them don't tread on me motherfuckers. They sound like me, but they willing to play the game, and I think they have cock, bro. I don't like it. I don't think we should be meeting in courtrooms with them about nothing. What the fuck you think Congress will do if the people say, yo, we don't want no more lawyer representation. We ain't sending no more representatives, no nothing. Y'all got anything else to say to us? Man, catch me outside. Fuck is you talking about? And we told them that and say that everything is good as it is and it's going no further. We're not doing shit. As a matter of fact, we're going to start slowly peeling back. Y'all going to leave us alone about this gun shit, bro. Y'all going to leave us alone. Like, if we did that, I don't understand why we have this expectation. Well, we understand that we had I understand why we had the expectation that they would try and bug up on us. If we did that, they'd take that as a threat. That's a reasonable expectation that they would respond to us like that. But only because deep down we all know what it is we're dealing with. Some fucking tyrants. We all know that that's what we're dealing with. That's why you can expect that. Otherwise, what type of government will call you crazy for saying, yo, a tyrannical government to get their ass stumped the fuck out here? We will stump all that fire out. We're not playing with y'all. Get tyrannical, we'll fuck y'all up. Like, we should be able to say that, have politicians high five us and go, fuck yeah. That's why I'm glad I'm standing in this place to keep it safe. Because fuck the next motherfucker that want to come up here and do that shit to you and fuck with my country. Hell no, high five. That's what should happen when you say that shit to a politician. But if you say that shit to a politician, they're going to start sweating, feel like you threatening their life. They instantly fall into the guilt of what it is you're saying instead of supporting the idea of what you're saying, which is supposed to be their whole intent in the first place. Fuck out of here. Niggas is crazy, man. Everybody is letting a whole lot of alarmist shit go right by them. And I feel like everybody that's talking that shit be playing. It's hard to feel like, I think sometimes people say what they know they feel, but they don't want that follow through. They want to pick sides, feel like they belong to something, get in where they fit in, all that type of shit, and then softly take a position on a lot of serious shit. And I'm fucking tired of it. What you say, NCK? I don't get it either. The Second Amendment is to defend against government tyranny. Government tyranny. Yeah, you need the government permission to pass. To yeah, see, yeah, and you know what? I'm glad you said that like that, because that exact same sentiment I have said before. And when I first said it, it came off the top of my dome on a fucking live stream. But then I started making sure that I repeated it, because it was almost like a slightly different, more detailed angle at what we're looking at had dawned on me as well. But it doesn't make any sense for us to honor the Constitution and the guys that wrote that shit if we thought that they were saying you're gonna have to fight a tyrannical government and we want to give all of the power and influence to them. It's up to them. If you can, I don't think they intended to do that. That shall not be infringed is super deep, bro. They really meant that shit, but this is what the problem is. I think as soon as they wrote it down and called it an amendment, I don't understand. I can't praise those guys because I think they set us up. Why would you write something down that you want it to be permanent, but then you called it an amendment when the word amend means to change? The simple fact that logically, I don't give a fuck where you stand on it, if you think that it's happening, if you think that it ever will happen, none of that matters. I'm talking about the logic and what it is that I'm saying. If a government had the ultimate authority to stop, redirect, influence, stifle, completely cancel out any natural rights, especially that one about the fucking guns, right? If they could do any of that, why would these founding forefathers put the power in their hands to take something that's undebatable and put it inside an arena of debate? What the fucking fuck for? I need to know why they would do that. I'm not praising them, bro. Either they set us up or they're not that fucking smart. Stop praising everybody. Somebody do some good and y'all praise everything they do. If y'all like me about the gun shit, cool. Don't praise everything I do. I'm not always a good person. Okay? So that is what it is. But when you know yourself, you can look out into the world to make some reasonable expectations, to know where to draw boundaries or what the fuck it is you think is fair game, when you think somebody playing you, and where the fucking danger is. And all I see in government is danger, bro. There's nothing that anybody in the world can do about my gun rights and the fact that I can own that gun. The only thing anybody can do is challenge me over it physically. Government can write some shit on paper and do what my neighbor cannot do. Even if my neighbor had the same reason. The government itself would tell my neighbor, don't do that. Calm your ass down. Don't touch that, man. If you do, you're in the wrong. Let me do it. Let them do it is what they say. But they know damn well they'll tell my neighbor that the steps that he took to fucking do anything crazy to me to try to curb, control, or completely remove my gun rights, they will call that neighbor a crazy man. Who the fuck do you think you are? But I got that same energy for government. I don't give a fuck that it's a whole bunch of you. The energy's still the same. And I don't understand why the fuck that's so hard for people to understand. When I say that, I need to be told that I cannot take that sentiment and place it towards government, and then you tell me why I can't go from here to here. Why can't I? What's in between that keep me from doing that? Nothing but violence. Because y'all scared of them. That's what it is. That's the trick. That's the trick, bro. So make them scared of you. They should be scared to reach for any more gun control. And you can scare them without threatening them by telling them that their oath of office is at stake. Natural rights is where this all came from. There seemed to be some misunderstanding because y'all think that these things are debatable, but they're not, though. It was never debatable. You're never supposed to say anything to me about it, especially you. Government, especially you. Because I know you watch. I know somebody, either now or later on, in the existence of this digital fucking footprint that I'm leaving all over the fucking internet. Somebody somewhere is going to hear this, and I want you to know, not your uniform, not your badge, not your career, not none of that. I'm talking about the human being inside of you. The 3-year-old boy that would have played with me on a playground and been told all of the sweet stuff in regards to how we need to interact with each other. That's what I'm talking to. Not you, Mr. Ex-military turned police officer, police lieutenant chief. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking to the 3-year-old you. You're not better than me. I don't know where you got the power from. People would have never let us act like this to each other on the playground. Now look at you. Feeling justified too about what? Because of somebody wrote on the paper. They told you to go do. And then if they change it, then you'll change. Right? You a big man for that? I think you a weird dude for that. I think you can do nothing but admit the fact that you have given up your own cognitive and moral compass and passed it over to something that changes, a bunch of shit you didn't agree with, a bunch of shit you don't even understand because you're not a lawyer. You've given up all of who you are to do that, to play a fucking role. And then you want me to be sad when you get on duty? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. This is where I gotta go with y'all. I have to go this far with y'all because I see I'm just doing my job and a loss of humanity inside of y'all. So when you lose your life on duty, I will not care. You want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs, right? This is part of the plan, right? Y'all got a whole plan and ceremony what to do with your dead ass when they come pick you up, bro. Y'all know that's going to happen. I'm supposed to be sad. I'm not going to be sad. That is what it is in life. You asked for that. Running around like you somebody's fucking boss, being told what to do about guys you don't even know. Some of these orders could be based on a lot of legal things that you aren't aware of or that you did not vote for. You might have voted against. Whoever giving you the orders to go do something. And you go, sir, yes, sir, for the money. Like you can't find nothing else to do to make no money. And man, look, this is weird to me. All I see is zeros and ones. What you think you see in a gangbanger, I see in a cop. I see less than that in a cop sometimes. In some regards, cops do some good stuff, but I can't even bless a cop with too much saluting and praising when he do something good, because I think whatever you did that was good. That was every able-bodied man's responsibility to do that, to do something. And then all of the other shit like crime scene investigation, lab work, and detective work and shit like that, that can always be outsourced. That don't got to be law enforcement. There's something we can do that's better than what we got going on. I don't like none of this shit. And a cop that fucking waved at me and saluted me and understood what I was doing when I'm out here doing the open carry shit, if they change it on magical paper, now he sees me in a different way, fuck him, right? And then take cover, because I don't got to like none of y'all. No one has to change for that shit. We've seen this throughout history. Different parts of Europe went through a lot of gun control and shit. Like 5 years before the Austrian guy with the funny mustache showed up. Before he showed up, everything was cool. They found these people in a state of fear, because I think there were some potential false ignitions to public events, I'll say. A false ignition, all right, to a conflict or public event, right? This is what they involved themselves in order to drum up some fear and some reluctance to people allowing the idea of freedom to guide their perception on gun control, and then rather move towards government control. And there was some government control and gun control. I mean, all throughout different parts of Europe. About 5 years it started before he showed up, right? And then he showed up. He had a national registry and all type of shit, man. It was an underhand pitch for him. That's crazy. And for that to be the case, right? And then gun haters not understand that, either not know it and they need to know more, or they know it and they won't apply it. This is them not being able to take all of the little pieces and really formulating a detailed, bigger picture to see what it is that we're looking at. People got a hard time doing that. And a lot of times it's emotional blocks and shit like this, and people being ignorant, or you corner them down the avenue in debate that they're not familiar with, instead of them saying, you've taken me down a whole new avenue of thought or knowledge or information. I didn't even know that was a real fucking thing. When you do that to people and it calls for them to change their mind, they won't change right in front of you. People stick to their fucking guns because of that ego, bro. It's just all weird and crazy. And I'm really coming to the conclusion that unless one of you motherfuckers watching my channel and follow my channel right now happen to fit the bill, I don't really know almost nobody who says all of the gun rights, all of the fucking time, anything less is bullshit, and is serious enough to deeply despise anybody who stands in the way of that shit, and it's such urgent business that I'm surprised that niggas not shooting. Like, that far. Nobody goes that far. Nobody talks like that or whatever. But then y'all watch the Constitution exist while the ATF does what the fuck it does. All of this back and forth fucking juggling of what they want to do about the pistol brace. I've stopped listening to them. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do with this ARP. I don't give a fuck about what they talking about, bruh. I cannot care. This remedial fucking this stupid, goofy, petty bullshit that the ATF has this problem with a pistol brace or a stock even on a short AR. Why does any of that have anything to do with who I am and the projectile that I have and what my intentions are? None of that matters, bro. If the AR is short enough, they go, man, you looking suspicious to me. If you put something on the back of it to put against your shoulder or your cheek, that's called a stabilizer, so that you can actually do what you intend to do if you have to fire the gun in defense, because anything other than defense is going to get your life fucked up regardless of what's on the goddamn gun. That's where the meat is. That's where the real issue is, right? But the ATF, they full of shit. Any little thing that you give them leeway on, if they get an inch, they will go 3 miles on your ass because they just jumped over constitutional stipulations and regulations, and even regulations inside of how their operation is supposed to go as the fucking ATF. They jumped over a whole bunch of crazy shit that's supposed to be a protective measure against this kind of a thing, for them to talk shit about an ARP or AK with a pistol brace on it, or a stock even. Fuck all that, right? If you watch them do this with the audacity that they have to try something that we said, hey man, that's unconstitutional, then you have to know that they got the balls to do something unconstitutional right in front of you, hoping to win in the fucking court of law, so that no matter how wrong they are, the color of law, the illusion of a real legit law, will make you submit to it and get people to support and praise them if they got to gun you down for it. I take offense to all of that they even made the attempt to hide something unconstitutional behind the illusion of a law so that they can then use it to do that to people. I'm so offended, bro. People don't think. No one looks at what it is that's going on and say, what is this exactly, specifically? All of the little details. I'm not going to leave anything out. What are we dealing with? If you do that, government will scare the fuck out of you and you will say, we need an overhaul. We can't let them go on. It's scary to let them go on. The change don't even look scary really to me. Only if they're going to fight. Only if they're going to fight you for it. They're not going to really give it to you though. They never intended to give you none of the freedom or none of that shit at all. You want me to open that? They never intended to give you the freedom at all. We have freedom when they stayed the fuck out the way. We have freedom when they stayed out the way. The only way I can lose my freedom is if government takes it. If government's not there to take it, what other freedoms would I lose? What freedoms would I lose and how? From who, man? A foreign country? Tell government to get on defense and not on offense at all. I said earlier that zero government sounds kind of crazy, but it should be super voluntary. We should be voting with our dollars about what it is that we want to support that they have to fucking offer at all. And for violators, they should be publicly fucked up. If you did that and we know that that's how it went, I think you would be able to trust the people that stood up, because they would know what they were up against, and it don't sound good. It don't sound good. Anybody who say, I'll do the job, I'll go, oh man, either you gonna do that job or you crazy. Either you gonna do the job well or you crazy. It's one or the other. Because you know what's gonna happen to you if you fuck that up. That's what's supposed to happen here. Here. All of this begging, pleading, crying, worrying about what the ATF is gonna do. Or if we gotta fight for our rights, we don't gotta fight for no gun rights and worry about what the fuck they're gonna do in the court of law. Tell them to come outside. Then we'll see what's up. I don't even think they mean the gun control like they try to say they do. I don't think they mean it. You understand me? You only mean it if you're gonna fight for it. They don't want to fight you, they want to trick you. The tricking always works. And then whoever's left, they got that fight in them, they go, we'll fight you and make you look crazy to everybody, because ain't nobody fighting but you. One person fight back, he looks crazy. 20 million people go, man, fuck y'all, we have flipped crazy in this bitch. Fuck, looks like a revolution. 20 million fucking people willing to go that far must mean that shit. Are they even wrong? Now we can evaluate. I think it's a goddamn shame that there's a fucking gangbanger in this fucking country at all, ever, anywhere, that'll crash out like that, but don't look at government and go, fuck y'all for everything y'all did. I ain't making no suggestions, no recommendations, and none. I just find it to be funny. I think it's crazy. I think part of that is the education. If you can take that energy and say for anyone, especially a young kid, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, for any of y'all that got that energy, take it out on each other in the streets in the proper environments that would more likely produce that kind of a result, or become the cops that chase those guys. And if you're really about that, you can come crash out in another country by being a U.S. military soldier, military of any branch, what you want, Army, Navy, Marine, whatever. Right? They got different flavors for you. Women in the switch hitter boys, the boys, the light boys, all y'all welcome. Come on in. All y'all bring y'all got fighting energy. Put that shit right here. It's the only place you can get some honor about it. And then we watch government lie right in front of us, making lying ass history right in front of us, where you all have phones in your hands to find the fucking way more than enough evidence, a plethora of fucking evidence to prove that this is business as usual to them, to lie, to kill, to steal, to do all of this shit. I think it was Mike Pompeo said on stage one time. I had the video. I'm gonna have to find it for y'all. Throw it in the video for y'all. Sometimes y'all can see this shit. They admit things because they're only human. They got egos and they do the Freudian slip and all that type of shit. Sometimes just listen to them, bro. Everything that I'm saying either it can be confirmed by their actions, something they said, or something that they wrote down and promised you, and then they break promises. Y'all some bitches, and they know it. But Mike Pompeo said that the CIA had entire classes on how to lie, cheat, and steal. And if you think that that doesn't also equate to murder, also, then you're a goddamn fool. And for somebody like that to stand up there and say that with the audacity, with the laughter and the tone of his voice, actually get a laughter and a few claps from the audience too, man, come on, man. Let's just be honest. See, when I be honest, people don't like the way it sounds, and you think that I'm the one acting like that, but I'm responding. I'm responding to something crazy, violent, psychotic. Ain't me at all. I say tit for tat. Whatever the fucking universe give me, I say, can I give it back to you? I toss it back to you. I hold a mirror up to your ass. All I hear is violence. All I hear is gangster shit. So when I see young gangbangs in the street, all I see is wasted warrior energy. And it was playing that way because it would be very fucking nice if those same guys are like, we know what government does and we don't like it. And we kind of feel like we have nothing really to lose to try to tell them to stop that shit. So let's start by talking and telling them to stop. Let's hit them with all the fucking education. We can use their fucking system, call their asses in the court. Let's see if we can get a fair trial by the things that they said. And we're going to let them know the whole time that if we got to smoke shit, we'll light this bitch up. But we're going to get some justice, though. Motherfucker. If those guys did that instead of banging it out in the streets and being captured by fleeting moments of emotion that turn into acts of violence, that turn into passionate acts of revenge, that turn into a spiraling cycle of spinning blocks and mag dumps and switches and overkilling each other on streets and ring cams and surveillance cameras and shit. That's crazy because the motherfucking government will do that to you, your mama, your kids right in front of you too. And they'll get medals and awards and high five each other about that shit. And I think that's kind of crazy because everybody's operating with the violence. That's all I see. That's all I see. So when I say I'll give you the violence right back, and people go, "Oh wait, Trey, that might be too far. Can't you be a gun rights activist without acting like?" No, I can't. I meant that shit when I bought the fucking gun. That I meant it. That no one's going to take that gun from me. No one can have it. I get the audacity and the confidence to be that cocky about my gun ownership because I already know inside my heart I'm never going to play nobody for a victim. I'm never going to treat anybody like a victim. I'm never going to victimize anybody, is what I should say. There would be no victimization by me. None of it. Not with no fucking violence. I might hurt your feelings and you might feel like a victim. But that don't count. I'm not talking about hurt feelings and shit like that. I'm talking about literally hurting somebody, depriving them of their safety, undebatably depriving them of their safety, their well-being, harming them, destroying, or taking their property. I'm going to do none of that, bro. So I know that I will never deserve it. That's how I know that I can just say that. A cop can't even say that he knows that he'll never deserve violence upon him. He don't know that. He could cross the line, lose himself in the heat of the moment, be discovered for being as corrupt as a lot of them are, all type of shit. And this motherfucker has this moral shield to appear to be a better man than me on any level at all because he's a cop, right? Cool. In order to rule me or tell me anything, you got to be morally superior to me. That's my standard. After that, I don't have to listen to you, and I won't either. The fuck I look like yielding to a cop who's actually a child diddler. If he's a child diddler, you don't get to tell me what to do because he's a cop, and I don't know if he is or not. You might not know if he is or not. It's up in the air. You see what I'm saying? So until you prove me to be, or you can accuse, even if you can even sensibly accuse me of victimizing somebody, I'm probably not going to listen to you talk this other stuff. I don't understand why that's not fair. Because as soon as somebody say, hey man, victimless crimes are still crimes, why do y'all can't keep it consistent from state to state about what's a crime and what's not a crime? Because I would think that the real law, the real nature would tell you that everybody know when a crime has been committed. Where the victim at? Where's the victim? Oh, there's the victim. What happened to you? Oh, that's what happened to you. And that's legit. That's a real story. Oh, that's easy. That's easy. And it's undeniable. And if you victimizing motherfuckers, anybody got to step in. It don't got to be a cop, and we're not gonna wait for cops. It don't got to just be a cop. And if a cop only waits till somebody is being victimized in order for them to jump in to release somebody, we're gonna minimize the chance that anybody even see cops in a bad light like that. They only show up when somebody legit needs that fucking help because they don't do nothing else. They don't do nothing else, man. Then you're not gonna hate him when he show up. If the firefighters show up and steal your wallet after putting your fire out, you're gonna be like, man, I'm gonna learn how to put these fires out myself if y'all gonna steal from me every time y'all show up somewhere. What I gotta do is install a well and a fucking hydrant in my fucking backyard for the fires, bro. Where I get that hose from? Can I buy that on Amazon? Niggas will start doing this if you got to get victimized by the ones that claim to be helping you, even if the help is, maybe the help was your responsibility. Maybe you're supposed to do that yourself in the first place. Maybe that was your responsibility, huh? Have you thought about that with the gun shit? But y'all give these cops and the law society so much responsibility that when you start sucking pork dick because you just love cops because they cops and a cop is a fan. No, who are you morally inside? I'm never going to respect you until I know that part. Until then, you are fucking dangerous pretending to be my boss when you're not. I never would have tried to pretend to be your boss. I know I'm not your boss, bro. Where would I have gotten it from? How? Where you get this power from? Right? These are the things that if you recognize that along with some history, when you know how history works, you will look into government business and go, all of you motherfuckers are spooky, and I want you all to stop now. Everybody lay down on the ground. Put your hands in the air. Everybody lay down on the ground, bro. Everybody lay down. We should be panicking, trying to subdue their asses. And we don't, bro. Because we don't know what to do otherwise. So the fear will make you support some shit you know in your heart ain't right. You don't know where to go otherwise. Y'all not thinking. Y'all don't think about nothing. Nobody says, what would we do without government? Let's see. And then start talking the fucking plan out, bro. Think about it. Think about it often. Talk about it with other people. You'd be surprised that an idea will turn into a brilliant fucking idea in development if you put it out into the universe and run that shit back and forth with other fucking people and start to develop a real fucking plan. There's enough conspiracy theories and other shit going on right now that we all know that we're in trouble and everybody's sitting around here playing anyway like some bitches. No one has to let the ATF do a goddamn fucking thing. No victim, no crime, period. Tired of motherfuckers pretending to be supporting gun rights and don't nobody go this far. They all sound like you can find a point in a conversation where they will say, let the government do what they're going to do and get that gun up without a fight because maybe they just won. Maybe they beat us, bro. That's crazy. What's up? Zay is in school, bro.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he's in school, okay? He's in school. Okay, now you know, and we'll see what's up with Zamarian after school, okay? All right. Yeah, like hug an AI owner. Brilliant as fuck, ain't it? Thank you, Rick James, because you know what I want? You know what I would love to see? I don't need a revolution, so to speak. We don't need a violent act of nothing to startle them. We need not just a million man fucking gun march. Like what's buddy name? The Black Guns Matter guy, I think. I don't know, man. He cool too. Maj Toure. I like him, and he probably one of the closest dudes. So I hear him say, "Man, this government shit don't work, man. We can take this shit to the streets. Y'all playing." And I hear Maj talk like that, and that's what I respect. I still think he got one foot in, thinking that talking to them politics. I think he might be playing a bit of lip service. I think he's trying to maintain the moral high ground. I like dude. I like him. I like Maj Toure. I think he's doing a good job, maybe even a better job than me at maintaining the moral image of doing the right thing and addressing gun rights and shit, while at the same time saying, "Hey man, we not finna lose this shit though. We're not really giving up. We just saying." And I think that's what he really means. And every now and then you hear him say it, and you go like, "Oh, that's pretty clear." He kind of sounded like Trey for a minute right there. So because of that, I tip my hat to him. But I do think that he's super driven by money, and I think that he's willing to play the political game way too much. Um, because the energy that he puts into breaking bread with them motherfuckers, he could have put into doing some other stuff, and he do a whole lot of other stuff anyway. I, I, I like dude. I'm not knocking nothing that he does really. I just feel like somebody's got to be a dark motherfucker. Somebody's got to be dark, right? That's what I think I'm trying to get at. I might have just tapped into something. That's what I think. I think somebody has to be the dark, blunt, brush the bullshit aside. This is what it is that we're dealing with, kind of motherfucker, in regards to this shit. Government knows better than anybody else that talk is cheap. If you're not gonna back that shit up, you are just talking, because whoever you talking that shit to might want to fucking put in the effort to say fuck that, and then the fuck that will stand. So fuck that. Government is good at that. They just get all ahead of the shit. So much so that they actually do preemptive strikes sometimes in war efforts to curb behavior or to send a message. And then they talk about these kids in the streets. Man, if my brother, my cousin died, I get to act the way I get to act like government does about resources. If they can act like that about resources, I can act like that about my dead brother if I had a dead brother. So fuck everything that happens after that. Listen, let me bring this up real quick, because I just reminded myself of something, and then I'm gonna have to get out of here. But you're right though, Rick James, the Hug AR owner. I want motherfuckers to be out here. 20,000 people in 100 cities, bro. That many people. We need 20,000 people all in one spot in 100 cities. This is a pipe dream. This will never happen. In 100 cities in America, all at the same time, all on the same day. Never gonna happen. But if you did that and they all had guns openly and they were all hugging each other, they all came out here with hug counters to see how many people they can hug before the day is over. That they can say, with a gun on me, I hug more people in my fucking lifetime than I've never hugged that many people. I've never got that close to so many strangers and said, "I love you, bro. I'm sorry that this is happening, man. I'm sorry. I love y'all." Do that. If you do that with that much overwhelming love, and then you all, while hugging each other, holding hands, hand in hand, say, "Government, stop that bullshit before we fuck y'all up." Beautiful. That's how you get it all done. Y'all, if y'all not gonna do something that crazy, something that spectacular, you're never gonna get their attention. Meeting them in a courtroom, doing that arguing and debate. It needs to be something that transcends a courtroom. It's got to transcend the courtroom, or you're not going to get it. You're in their world when you do that. Kiss my dick. You're not going to get that shit. Stop playing. You will get it when they give it. If you knew how control all of this shit is, you would never lean on none of this shit anyway. It all falls apart. When it all falls apart, then you say, "Man, may the best man win and take cover." No one talked to me about the fucking gun unless you can say that I hurt somebody. And even if I did hurt somebody, which will never happen, I'm the sweetest, tough guy you ever fucking meet in your life, and I mean that shit. You guys have no idea how many times a sad song will make me cry, or I sit and think about the state of the world, and I just cry a little bit to be like, "Man, I wish we were all happier than this." Y'all be fucking with my heart a little bit. You have no idea, right? And at the same time, the acceptance of my own death in my own mind and heart, I accept it. And that's hard to do, because I will fight to save my life, but I already know that I'm going to die by any means. It'll just happen. Everybody dies, like everyone poops. We're not going to fucking play the game with the death thing. accept it. When you really accept it, other things open up, like telling government and bigger and big monsters um, and big ideas that you're here, you got something to say, and you will die about that shit. Because who wants to fucking die in their sleep anyway? Who wants to die in a fire? Stupid. Who wants to die in a car crash? That's sad. Want to die? It would be nice that the death was attached to something that had meaning to my life, that it'll all come together full circle as a complete story of who the fuck it is that I am. That sounds way better. Sounds way better. And that doesn't mean having to die in a violent death, but I would like to die knowing that all of my efforts to get people attention onto what I think is important worldwide, and from the beginning of time to the end of this shit, is always important that self-preservation is a natural law, the first law of nature, actually, not that second amendment shit. I'm talking about first law of nature, self-preservation. It's so fundamental that the idea that we even have to have these discussions at all, that there's a court with rules and all this fucking paper to discuss how and when and with what tools I can use to do that, absolutely absurd in the idea of the human experience. And I'm tired of y'all being bitches about it. You can't debate what the fuck it is that I just said. There's no intellectual, legal, or fucking clown ass fear driven response to what I just said that'll make me look like there's something about life that I don't understand, that I'm not getting, that I got fucked up. That's not what's happening here. The fuck out of here, bro. Stop playing. I'm the one. Everyone else is full of fucking shit and I'm sick of it. Motherfucker own a gun store, they can't get on the level. Motherfuckers will go run for political offices and get up there and still go, maybe you shouldn't have that binary fucking trigger in Iowa. Kiss my ass, man. Are y'all crazy? Don't tell me nothing about the gun. Zero, nothing. Why the fuck is everybody missing the fucking the point that government control about these fucking guns look like a tyrannical government posturing to do some shit that you said you weren't gonna let them do? Mister, don't tread on me. You said you weren't gonna let them do it. And then you go in the fucking courtroom and debate them posturing about it. Tell them that there is no posturing, there is no debate. No one's gonna talk to you about the guns. We will shoot at you about the guns. All of the bad guys out here are going to get that shit. The black market will always provide. We can't stop them. Well, you can. With the gun, though. And it looks like we can't stop these politicians from reaching for the guns, with these crazy gun laws and ATF and shit, but we can stop them, though. With the gun, though. Not the paper. The paper ain't going to stop them. The gun will stop them. And I'm not saying go do nothing. I am telling you, what we're doing isn't going to work, but I know what would work. That's all I'm saying. And what would work in the idea of gun control, way before you ever had to hurt anybody in defense, because I'm talking about all defensive measures. This is defensive measures. But what will work is just telling them that if you have not committed a crime with your firearm, no category of firearm is off limits to you. They have to accuse you of hurting somebody. Anything outside of that is tyrannical action, and we will not debate y'all on nothing that even sounds remotely close to gun regulation for the sake of no, we don't care about none of that shit no more. We're not talking to you. You're going to have to shoot in order to get me to comply with anything. And even then, you don't get my compliance. You get my blood on your hands, you ain't gonna never get no compliance. I already got the gun. That shit too late. Way too late, bro. Y'all funny to me. Not giving up shit. You sound like a nightmare. You sound like a story. A spooky story that I heard before. Y'all want to hear it? Once upon a time, there's this group of people that called themselves government. And they had all the guns. Crazy. 300 blackout. I don't know if y'all know anything about firearms and cartridges and shit. But 300 blackout is a very popular cartridge. Looks like a big ass military ass round, but really the military will tell you that ain't good enough. They wouldn't take that shit over there. They wouldn't use that shit. 300 blackout looks scary to the average outsider motherfucker, but really the 300 blackout was a real effective replacement for close quarters combat instead of using a fucking 9mm. It's intended to do that. And the science and the ballistics behind firearms completely escapes the average person who don't know shit about guns. All they know to do is to hate it because they're scared of it. And it's a direct correlation between how much you know and how scared you are. Direct correlation. I see it doing all my fucking field fucking research, doing the open carry shit. Gaining knowledge, understanding, and experience that the average gun tuber is not getting because he's in his house with his guns, at the range with his guns. Nobody knows he's got his guns, and he's proud of that shit. He didn't spread no message, love, camaraderie, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, perspective on gun ownership to no one. He kept to himself with his concealed pistol, right? Because all he cared about is himself. It's a selfish thing, I think, really, to avoid the gun debate when you're a gun owner, to never openly fucking carry, to never see any kind of benefit in openly carrying at all. Everybody always got this fucking weird ass fucking stupid ass fucking look on their face when I say that I openly carry all the fucking time. Concealed carry is cool, right? Because you don't want to be the first target. Everybody says that. You're going to be the first one shot. First of all, I don't give a fuck if I am. I got no personal beef. If I'm the first one shot in a random shooting, I'm a return fire. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I just don't care. I just don't care. I think when y'all scared to die, then y'all will refuse to do what needs to be done to save the shit that y'all cry about. It's a cyclical fucking psychosis of bullshit with y'all. Doing the same shit over and over again, expecting to get something different. It ain't gonna never happen like that. Psychotic pussies, man. How you a pussy and you psychotic? Pick a fucking struggle, bruh. Niggas is crazy, man. What up, Crack Their Code? I'm chilling. But niggas is crazy though, acting like bitches about this shit, bro. I'm tired of it. Motherfuckers don't be knowing about guns and then they act all scared and high and mighty about the shit. Don't even know nothing about the fucking guns. Right? Insane to me. And if you really about gun control, you would say disarm all these motherfuckers, including the police, but no one says that. That's why I don't respect motherfuckers that hate on guns. I'm not gonna respect you if you think that the cops should actually have the guns though. If don't nobody got no guns and you trust that gun control is gonna work, what would the cops need theirs for? Huh? Oh, the people that don't give a fuck about the gun shit and then they go crazy, thinking that it's fucking a clean sweep across the city. They can do what they want now, right? That's why the cops will have their guns even if there was a gun ban. So as soon as you know that, sensibly, logically, you have to stop debating me about my gun ownership and say that you know that you feel a certain type of way, but you got to find some other place to put that. Because telling me that I can't have a gun is not going to solve any of your problems, and it's not the angle that you need to take. That's what you need to figure out, gun hater, at the very least. I hear your heart. I hear you. Find another way to do what you're talking about, because calling for a gun ban and all that type of shit, assault weapons ban, shut your bitch ass up. That's a stupid ass way to do that. Then you're going to tell a guy like me, the huggable guy, to get a gun up with the expectation that I'm going to listen to you, right? If I did listen to you, don't that look like I'd probably listen to you when you said not shoot kids and strangers in public places at random for no reason outside of self-defense? Don't it look like I fucking understand it if I get a gun up if you ask it? So what it is that you're asking is an overcompensating act of compliance from people that wouldn't have hurt the kids in the first place. I don't gotta like y'all. See how that works? It's so easy. It's so easy. My favorite ones are my two purple ones because I'm a girly girl. But I got one in every room and a couple shotguns in closets too. I've refused to be a victim. You goddamn right, Amy. You goddamn right. What a sad fucking world when people say, get these guns from the people good enough there to give it up to you without fucking fighting them so they can be vulnerable to the people that said they're not giving up shit and they came to smash. Why, you know what I'm finna do? That's why I love doing these live streams. I never do a live stream and not come up with another connection in my mind, another idea, or another angle on some shit. This is what I'm about to do. Thank you, Amy, for sending me off on that rant and shit, because something just clicked. Y'all check this out. It's going to be beautiful. I'm about to make signs to give away to haters that say, this is a gun-free household. I'm going to pay for it with my own fucking money, and I'm going to give it away to anybody that deserves it. A sign to put in their yard that said, this is a gun-free household. If you love that no guns in this community and we are safer now type of fucking stupid ass mentality, I'm going to give you the sign to put in your yard. I bet you won't. I bet people won't do that. You know you're going to sound like a fucking asshole to do that. You know you're going to look like a fucking asshole. Your kids are going to fucking hate you like, motherfucker, what you trying to do to us? It looks like sabotage. If you put a sign in your yard. If I put a sign in my yard, I'm going to go to jail. if I did that. Because if a criminal could even survive and said the sign thought made him think that he had the green light to come in here and then I lit his ass up, they would act like I was wrong, that I set him up to do that. That's what they would act like, and that'd be funny. Got a ring cam out here. Might make my fucking YouTube go off finally if I had to smoke somebody in the fucking front yard for trying to play stupid. Rick James said that's almost better than the hugging the out on the sign. It is pretty good, ain't it? So I can see who's gonna come up and take that shit. The gun hater who's proud, the motherfucker who, because I get people right past, fuck you, and I'm like, fuck me? Fuck moi? The huggable guy? Fuck you, motherfucker. Are you crazy? I would have hugged you. And that's what you said to me? We know who the stupid motherfucker is. We know who's potentially violent. The guy that can't even fucking control himself. My sign says hugging air on it, and you think to curse me out. That's what you think? I hope you don't got one gun, motherfucker. I hope you don't got one. Fucking goofy. I prove my point way too much with everything it is that I do. The observations and detailed angles and perspective on what it is that I'm doing will reveal so much of the gun thing to you that you can only discover if you do what I'm doing. There's an understanding about this shit that I have from doing this that Coleon does not understand. That Jared from Guns and Gadgets does not understand. You know? Things that Maj Toure does not understand. It's a super checkmate, bro. I love the checkmate shit. Listen, I am a super duper logical person. I think that we need to desperately, wholeheartedly, and relentlessly absolutely demand that the most sensible, logical, most direct path of thinking to solve problems be taken, or else everybody else get the fuck out of the way because you're fucking it up. It's urgent business to get this planet Earth shit right, bro. And I know that I'm barking up. I'm trying to climb Mount Everest with this shit. They smoke Gaddafi. I don't even know the truth about the Austrian guy with the funny mustache. I don't know if I like him or not. Like I got a hard time. I'm undecided. I'm undecided, and I don't care how anybody feels about none of that shit either. I'm undecided. If I had a beef or a conflict with some Crips, and then some Bloods and some GDs and some Latin Kings also don't like them Crips, I might send a salute to a Latin King, like, you don't like them niggas either? They did some shit to you? Yeah, fuck them, right? I know that's crazy, even if I don't like or trust them either, right? I recognize what it is that needs to be recognized when I'm trying to recognize danger. And if y'all all look like danger, you do, but your danger got a flavor, and I know what it is, right? I couldn't imagine looking at the idea of a gangbanger in the streets and a law enforcement officer and not seeing more danger in the law enforcement officer than I do the gangbanger. The gangbangers wouldn't really scare me that much. Number one, I've accepted death. I work on it every day accepting that shit. It just makes sense. Like it seems like a psychotic, like a weird like glitch. And I understand it. But I think there's benefits in facing the idea of your own mortality anyway. There's benefits in the perspective that it puts you in. But I understand why people run from that shit like that. Run from the topic in general. People don't like talk about it. They're sideways talk about it. They go get on a roller coaster, but they won't talk about it. But you want to get on that roller coaster so goddamn bad as you like. You're being tickled by the void, by the abyss. You know what you're doing. That urge when you're driving to just off a cliff, when you see a cliff down on the edge of the road, you go, man, that's far as fuck. It's like this curiosity and wonder, like what that would be like when you know somebody has died like that for real before, and then what that death is afterwards, what all of that is. Listen, we are continuously drawn to that as human beings. Once you know that your death is inevitable, you will subconsciously be drawn to that the rest of your life. It changes you really. I remember telling some siblings and cousins and shit when we were younger that everybody dies, that it's all inevitable, and the ones that were too young to understand that cried, and then I got in trouble for telling them that shit. I remember that shit. Um, I didn't get in too much trouble, but the grown up that yelled at me about it looked at me in my eyes, and they were disturbed. I can see the disturbance in their eyes that I said that, and I didn't mean any harm. I was just explaining it to them. But when they told me not to say that shit, the look that they had in their eyes when they looked me in my eyes, I'll never forget that shit. And what's crazy, because I can't remember what adult it is, but the feeling that they gave me when they looked in my eyes, I remember that. I was so tunnel vision. All I can remember is a pair of eyes, bro. But these grown-ups telling me that I should not have said that to them kids. And I was young, man. I was like, shit, I was like 7 or 8 years old, man. I was young. I want no 14-year-old kid telling some 5-year-old kids that they gonna die. Like, that's not what it was. I was young as fuck, bro. Um, but I like being that darkness though. I like being like as real as possible, because if the reality of what's going on gives you the best opportunity to make better decisions about what it is that you're dealing with, then I say then do that shit, man. Let that shit rock with all the fear, all of the harsh truths, all of that scary shit, man. Let all that shit rock, bro, so we can just get to it, man. I don't know what the fuck. Why the fuck would you want to be sheltered or shelter your mind and your soul's journey away from the idea of your inevitable death for your comfort? Why would you do that? All that shit seemed crazy to me. So, not wanting to do that, accepting my own death, makes me more open and honest about things that the fear of death, when it has not been addressed directly, it makes motherfuckers, man, make y'all act stupid, bro. Because what the perspective that you needed to have in accepting your own mortality, to understand and follow my train of logic about serious things, especially gun control, right? I will lose you as soon as I start making you fear the death, your inevitable death. And when I do that, and then you start being fearful, you start in the conversation, you start looking for cover. Oh, pussies, bro. Motherfuckers be pussy as fuck, man. And like I said, I'm not saying I want to protect my life and hate to go, but I already know it's going to happen. There's a certain level of acceptance that you got to have for that. And man, I really think that it's knowledge, your own spiritual journey that you got to go through, whether it be through God, in this idea that you're supposed to be seeking everlasting life from a Jesus and all that type of shit. Man, whatever your cup of tea is, man, go for it. Speaking of cup of tea, I got to make my I ain't gonna put the bag out here because they're not paying me for it, so I ain't promoting nobody's shit like that, really. No product like this, but I got this shit called mushroom coffee, and it's supposed to be pretty dope. And I was drinking it consistently for a while, about a year ago, and then I fell off for it. But I'm gonna get back to it. I'm doing an intermittent fasting. I haven't eaten all day. It's afternoon already, so that's good. So I'm well within my range now. I'm gonna eat in a 7 or 8 hour window for the rest of the day, and then nothing more. So that'll be cool. Trying to get back into that. I'm gonna break my fast with the mushroom coffee, and then try not to eat for a whole nother hour, uh, which will really be a 7 hour window of eating time. But if I can get through that first hour by drinking the mushroom coffee to get some kind of sustenance, right? And let it be something like, it's got all of this fucking special shit that it's supposed to have in here. Uh, Turkey tail mushroom, shiitake, king trumpet, lion's mane, reishi, um, all these different mushrooms in this blend is supposed to be like, it's more like a tea, like a chai tea or a tea or some shit like that. It's not really like coffee. Yeah, I guess it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like coffee. But it's called mushroom coffee. Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep that as a regular routine. Uh, totally willing to preserve my life. Uh, More so my mind than my physical, but of course I need my physical too, because I'm gonna bust these guns till I can't walk no more. My walking cane is gonna be a AK. If I had to resort to a walker, then later on in life, it's gonna be 2 Glocks and like 2 ARs. It's gonna be. I'm gonna strap that shit onto my walker, and that's what I'm walking with. I'm gonna always be strapped, bro. I'm gonna always be with that shit until I'm with the worms. I don't give a fuck. Um, But you gotta accept that death, man, before y'all can start being real about this shit. There's a bunch of other YouTubers too that I've been linking with lately, especially when I see like-minded people kinda, and they got YouTube channels. I suggested they sub to my shit. People tap in and go, bro, I see what you're doing, man. I respect that shit, and they respect it. And I'm not saying that everybody gotta act like me, but even some of those people, I see them go back to their channel, back to their shit, and they be addressing things in a way that keeps the tennis ball going back and forth in this court of law about rights that's supposed to be undebatable. And I say, fuck that, I'll take that fucking tennis ball and throw it across the fucking street and break this fucking racket and rip the fucking net down, because I'm not gonna debate y'all. Y'all gotta kill me for it. It's that deep. And I thought that that's what y'all meant when y'all said tread on me, and then y'all still fight. I don't get it, man. Y'all bugging. Niggas is bugging. I don't gotta like none of that shit. It's crazy. Amy got her shit. Yup, I would rather go down in a gunfight rather than a shooting. Yeah, it's gonna be a gunfight with me. It ain't gonna be no shooting. It's gonna be returning a whole lot of fire and a whole lot of shit. Fuck with me. I'm not gonna play around with it. Because really, I already love everybody. I'm already trying to love the whole world, bro. Motherfuckers play a whole lot of games about life in general, about what it is that they think, feel, what they stand for, what they respect, what they love. I don't be playing. When I say I mean love, peace, and freedom to everybody, I'm not just gonna say that shit on the internet because I want to say it on the internet. I mean that shit from the bottom of my heart. I want motherfuckers to go get guns, learn more about what government business is doing, take it seriously about what it is that they got going on and how much you really don't like it, and then move forward to trying to demand the change that you want your kids and your grandkids to have. Why are you not doing that, but you act like you're sad, disturbed, concerned enough to go vote? Consider yourself an informed voter and blah, blah, blah. You seem like you can, but you're not demanding no changes. If the voting doesn't work and you can see that it doesn't work, man, make some demands. Because when they written law don't work, they made demands. Put your hands in the air. Put your gun on the ground. Get down on your knees. Interlock your fingers on your head, behind your head. Type shit. They start making demands when that paper don't work. Rewrote all the fucking shit down, acting like this magical constitution was going to save us from a tyrannical government, but we're watching them do this shit. With the audacity of the ATF to be talking that shit, knowing goddamn fucking well that what they talking about is fucking unconstitutional. They know it. And if they don't know it, how are they doing it going, I didn't know that was unconstitutional. I thought we were good to do this. Either they know it's unconstitutional and they don't give a fuck, or they're too stupid to be where they are because they don't realize that they almost handed themselves over to the fucking chopper, to the guillotine, bro. Because that's what they ass supposed to fucking get. How y'all expect me to follow the laws, but y'all don't want to fucking follow the laws, and y'all fuck it up and the law said that y'all supposed to be dealt with swiftly. Swift justice for violating that fucking constitution. That's where it's supposed to be. And why is that too much to ask for? I need to know. And we care about the Constitution because we all pretend to, especially if you own guns and shit, you pretend to care about that shit. If you care about it, and I tell you that everything that led up to all of your gun ownership and everything was really based on a constitutional mind game to get you guys to allow the change in your gun rights depending on the political climate. They only made it changeable so that they can change it. I shouldn't have to explain that shit to you while you standing there talking about your rights are fucking God-given. Your rights are God-given, that's what you say? That's what you say. But do you mean it? Because if you mean it, you go, well then why the fuck would I argue with them about this shit? I wouldn't stand by and tell people that my kids are not up for bid, and then I put on a suit and tie and go to argue with y'all to see if I can outbid y'all while you're bidding on my kids. I'm not going to try to outbid you. I'm going to do this to you because it's undebatable, and I'm not going to argue with you for you to win and act like you won something for real. If you win, I'm going to smoke you. Fuck is you talking about, right? It's the same thing with all of the rights, bro. I'm not gonna argue with them. They can't win. If they won and said it's an assault weapons ban or a total gun ban, and we trying to do like these other countries sit and just totally ban the gun, are y'all gonna give it up or are you gonna tell them no? If you want to tell them no, why did you argue with them? Because they're gonna be looking at you like we won, fair and square. Look at the paper, stupid. That shit dumb. I'm not arguing with them about nothing. The fuck? And these gun supporters acting like they real Second Amendment advocates. If they write it on the paper to give it up, you're going to ask for me to give it up without fighting. You sound like a bitch. Fuck out of here. Niggas is tweaking, bro. Man, RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch Wu Bang, get a gun, man. Get a gun today, bro. Now I'm about out of here, man. I got so much shit to do. This LLC is finna draw the a heightened level of creativity out of me, and then once I can manifest actually developing this shit into a tangible business with a location, y'all are going to freak the fuck out. You're gonna tell all your kids, you're gonna tell your kids, you're gonna tell all your friends. I knew dude from YouTube, the guy that did this. I knew him. He's a YouTuber. That's what y'all gonna say because it's fucking amazing. It really is. It's amazing. Check out the link for the merch. Hood of the Living Dead. The back of it say dead as fuck. This is my style though. People don't like this type of shit. Some people don't like it. I do. I like being in your face, bro. In your fucking face. With the inevitability of your own fucking death, the gun rights, the freedom, and all that fluffy shit you pretend to praise and care about. I think you only paying lip service to that shit because that's what you're supposed to think. That's what you're supposed to do. Or that's how you feel. So you just say it and you'll stand over there. But a lot of y'all don't mean none of it. None of it. Y'all don't mean none of it. People say, oh, we trying to stand up for the kids. Y'all not trying to stand up for them kids, bro. Y'all cry when y'all see the news. You like and share the fucking post and then you don't do nothing. I don't believe y'all, bro. I don't believe y'all. I care about the kids. I'm going to say the kids. Watch what I tell you. I'm going to say the kids, bro. Y'all not saving no kids or nothing. Y'all not standing up for no gun rights or nothing. Your gun fancy, your gun pretty, you train all the time. You're not standing up for no gun rights about nothing. You're going to give your shit up like a bitch. You're going to expect for me to. You're going to say the law is the law. You're going to say the Constitution failed us. You're just going to sit there and fucking cry, and I'm going to be shooting. We're not giving up no fucking gun rights. They cannot win that fight. They can win the fight. Voter. Second Amendment advocate. Let me ask you. Put it in the fucking comments if you made it this far in the video. I need an answer from anybody watching this ever in life, motherfucker. Do you think that you have natural and constitutional gun rights to self-defense? If the answer is yes, then I got to ask you, if they write it on the paper that you cannot have those things, did you lose a right or are they tripping? Huh? Did you just lose something now that they got this on paper and they've achieved that? Did you lose anything? The next fucking gun rights fucking advocate, 2A supporter that says we need to do this so that we don't lose rights is out of his fucking mind. I'm saying we need to do this so we don't gotta smoke their ass. Tell them that. We need to save them from themselves. Somebody go talk to their ass in court. We'll be waiting. We'll be outside. Go talk to them. Tell them don't do this. Because this is what comes next. Y'all can't win. Are you crazy? You can't win. How you gonna win that? Where you get the power from? I think you get the power from the gun. That's it. That's it. That's it, bro. The other shit is hypnosis to get some of the people out of the way. So when the fighting happen, ain't that many people down here. Ain't that many people down here fighting. And that's the only way they had to get it. They would have had to fight a lot of us. They would have to fight a lot of us if they said the only way we can talk to them about this gun shit is to fight them. They would either not fight us because they know it's crazy, or they fight a lot of us. It'd be a war. It had to be a war for every little step that they wanted. They had to be willing to die for it. Now I know they mean it. You gonna die for that, Congressman? What'd you tell them to do? Where your boots at? Better bring your gun, boy. Better come on. It's hot out here, right? Do them like that. That's what you're supposed to tell them. So you see what they do. Then when they really mean it, you go, damn, y'all mean it. Y'all willing to do this? That's crazy. They're not willing to do that. They are willing to try and trick you out of it. What percentage of gun-owning Americans will say, Man, they made the total gun ban, man. I gave my shit up. I just stepped out the way. I tried to dodge the ATF and all that. I'm not dodging ATF about nothing. I never lost my guns in no fucking boating accident. That when that comes up from a guy, I know he a bitch. He trying to act hard about his gun ownership like he really about that shit, but he a bitch though. I'm not lying to no fucking tyrannical government. If it came to that and I got a lie like that, I'm probably gonna be shooting at their ass. The fuck I look like? A tyrannical government? Talking about this is a total gun ban. We marching door to door to take. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that shit not here. You gonna know that shit here. You gonna know. You will know. You will know. You will know. There'll be fucking evidence all over outside. Ting, ting, ting. Evidence will be hitting the ground. There's a new piece of evidence every fucking half a second. Every fucking third of a fucking second, there's a new piece of evidence that I got guns in here. Fuck is you talking about? No one has to let them do nothing. What's on the opposite end of what it is that I'm saying? That if they went that far, we should let them? What are y'all saying? I think people feel like me and scared or something. I don't know. Maybe they feel like me and y'all scared, but don't even be scared. Be loud. You're going to die one day. Okay? Are you okay with that? You should get okay with that. Motherfucker, it's stopping. It's you blocking blessings with that shit. Boy, life open up when you say, yeah, I know. Right? I put it in your face. Hood of the living dead, nigga. Dead as fuck. Give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bro. You got to be that hard. And my merch is for motherfuckers who are that hard with what it is that they got going on. The real motherfuckers say life is light, bro. This shit is rated R out here. Y'all want to live a PG-13 life and ignore the rest because it make you comfortable. I see a surveillance video of somebody getting their ass smoked. It bothers me, but it already happened, and I had nothing to do with it. So now I want to see it. I want to know. I want the world to tell me the truth. Man, that's what somebody did to somebody? Damn shame. And then what really be flipping me the fuck out is when my son, my oldest son, my 21-year-old, he was probably like 18, 19 when he said this shit to me. He was like, well, yeah, but did the guy that got shot, did he deserve that though? What he do to deserve that? Maybe he did. And the more that I'm on the internet, the more and more that I realize that people have different filters and reasons to justify certain acts of violence, while at the same time pretending to be morally superior to other people, when really we all human beings. We all have our little trips and triggers and things that set us off, or things that kind of make us think certain things. And not everybody's right because everybody can't be right. Not everything is to each his own, because I think there's some objective truth to a lot of shit that we do talk about, and people don't like being proved wrong or changing their mind. So then there's this to each his own thing. But I think that to each his own thing, I think that's fucking with society. Fuck that. Whoever right need to fucking get right. Or whoever wrong needs to shut the fuck up, move the fuck out of the way. You are wrong. You are wrong. You got to move now, right? But gun ownership is an undebatable thing, and criminals gonna get that shit anyway. I can't think of somebody that want to kill somebody so bad, but because of me owning or obtaining a firearm is illegal, I'm not really gonna be able to do this with a gun, really. Yeah, you will. You will. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, somebody who want to do something bad with a gun don't want to be seen on camera under a fucking surveillance camera and a fucking and an FBI background check and a government filing with his fucking name, address, and everything on it. He don't want that to link him to the gun and the fucking murder if he know that that's exactly what he's finna do with that shit. Stop it. People don't do that. Criminals don't do that. They don't want you to ever know they had that fucking gun. They don't want to be seen on camera around other fucking happy gun owning people buying a gun that they have full intentions on murdering somebody with. You need to stop. And if they go that far to do that shit, they're also willing to check out because they don't plan on surviving none of this shit either. 65% of the gun deaths in this country are self-checkout. That's what they are, right? What percentage of fucking mass shooters are willing to self-check out? All of them. None of them have dinner plans for tomorrow. So stop it, right? We got a self-checkout problem is what we have in this country, not a gun problem. And because of that, and all of these other logical things that I've said this entire live stream, I will not respect, understand, or comply with no gun control unless I say so. Unless I say so. I will go along with what I say. I don't want that battle right now. And when I say I don't give a fuck, then that's exactly what the fuck is going to be. Which means what? Any writing against anything that I choose to do in the future didn't work on me. What is going to work? Stopping me completely. And that's if I created a victim. That is what will stop me. Because the writing will never work on anybody. Right? The writing don't work. The consequences and the violence that will be bestowed upon them for sinning against the almighty Lord, your fucking government. Yeah, that's what y'all worried about. Sins against the government and what they're gonna do to your ass. Sickening. It's sickening watching all these YouTubers and these gun tubers all over the internet and shit, waving all these guns around, talking all that gun shit, and don't none of them want to fight for fucking gun rights for real. Don't none of them get no solid position on the gun ownership or the government business for real. They don't be following fucking gun laws when the shit changes, when the ATF bugging them. None of that shit, bro. They don't be in tune with that part of the gun ownership. I mean, I gotta hit the streets and do some interviews, man. I gotta write some questions and then hit the streets and the malls and shit like that and stop people for street interviews about testing their knowledge on gun laws, gun rights, and gun ownership, bro. I need to do that too. Yeah. Crazy. Man, I can't wait until I get this little business that I got going on, like get the ball rolling. Because once that becomes financially lucrative, like I know that it's going to, and it's going to sound like a lucrative business. When I tell it to y'all, when I finally tell y'all exactly what the business idea is that I have, y'all are going to be thinking, dude, that's going to make you rich. That should probably make you rich, bro. That's amazing. That's what you're going to say. And when it does, then I will definitely have the comfort to I'm going to open carry fucking 5 days a week. Yeah, 5 days a week. Open carry with the AR for work, for this type shit, right? But I'll be doing what I kind of want society to do. I think it'd be awesome if it was just normal that everywhere you went, you see a group of happy, protective guys all carrying ARs, and y'all don't mind when y'all see that if they have a badge and a familiar uniform, then you don't mind, right? But they could overdo, wrongfully identify somebody or wrongfully accuse somebody, run down on shit, get victims in the line of fucking fire, uh, be acting in acts of corruption. They can be bribed financially or with a sexual blackmail if they are devious of any kind. All of these different weird things you can find inside of law enforcement, but then you guys trust them because of the familiar image and this anticipated trust for a guy who will appear to be morally superior to the rest of us because of the fucking badge. And I think that's crazy because it'd be dope, awesome if it was normal for you to go out and be like, I saw a group of 3 guys over here. They all had ARs and pistols or pistols on them out in the open. People over here, they're just kind of everywhere. And you all can't be bad. There's no fucking way you're all bad. Nothing ever really happens. And maybe nothing ever really happens because the bad ones that show up look around and go, they can't tell which one of you are fucking good or bad. And even if a bad guy shows up to do some bullshit and there's another bad guy there with the AR to show up to do his bullshit, these 2 motherfuckers aren't bad guys together. They'll take each other out at the sign of fuck. Listen, man, I kind of feel like the image, the praising of the responsibility of self-protection and protection of your environment and your neighborhood and your community. I think if you boost that up inside of people, what you will have is a society full of people that are super huggable like me, that want to get out on the streets heavily fucking armed at all times because they're thinking, every time we all do this and we all know that we was cool yesterday when we wasn't doing this, we was just a peaceful loving people, but then we came out here dressed like this while still being a peaceful loving people. Bad guys don't know where to go. They scared to go anywhere. This is magical. That's what's supposed to happen. And I think that'd be awesome. If everywhere you went, you just like, everybody got all these guns all the time and don't nobody want to be the bad guy because you already know that, nigga, you ain't finna get away with nothing. Everybody that tries to stop you got a gun on them when they telling you to stop or don't do it. Bro, everybody chilling because everybody knows. They do this already and you respect it. Where they do this at? The government does this with the nuclear weapons. Mutual destruction. If there's this idea that there is mutual destruction constantly present, everybody does the manly thing to do where don't nobody even throw a punch. You're going to talk to me nice, still get the fuck away from me because that's what's supposed to happen. The fist fight ain't even supposed to happen. Y'all will happily accept the fist fight when it wasn't supposed to happen because you're so scared of the fucking gun for being a fucking factor. Pussies, bro. And that pussy ass shit got y'all dodging and eluding the real remedies, man. A armed society is a polite society, bro. I know how I am when I'm armed. I want to be respected for being armed, and I don't want you to hold nothing against me. I'll be super polite, bro, because I don't want you to judge me like that. Because I know I don't mean no harm. I don't give you no room to judge me like that, bro. Super polite, and everybody will be like that. As soon as you act like and you got a gun on you, other men with guns start watching you like, nigga, you bet we'll fuck you up in here. What you say to her? Man, you better calm your ass down. And it'll be 7, 8 ARs and eyes on you. No one gets away with anything. Y'all chill out. I bet you chill out. If you roll rage and you know that when you run up to a guy's car, whether you got a gun on you or not, that there's 2 guns in his car, I bet you won't do that. I bet you won't. You had to be willing to die. Now, are you that mad that you would die for what you're talking about? I bet you not. I bet you not. Now nothing happens. Now nothing's going to happen because you already know. Because it's way too common and it's way too unlikely that you're going to catch somebody lacking, unarmed. When that doesn't happen, motherfuckers going to mind their business. The road rage comes to an end. We don't need a Tesla to stop that road rage. Tesla out here fucking shit up. Y'all seen the videos? Cars driving around in circles in parking lots, crashing poles and all type of shit. Wrong way on a one way. Man, shut up talking to me about that Tesla shit. The Elon shit, all that. I don't give a fuck about none of them bitches. My son was shocked when I told him 3 years ago that I did not like Elon. He's like, why not? Now he understands. My uniform is 50 Shades of Green, 5'11" or Under Armour. That's what's up. That's what's up, Rick. And Rick constantly reminded me of that body cam. I'm going to get that body cam, Rick. Mad Hatter, what up, bro? I seen you in here a while ago, man. I was going to say what's up to you. Yeah, you got a natural right without no papers. That shit is already there. The paper can't free you because you were already free before they start trying to address you. And the only way you can lose any of that or be challenged by it is because they will present you with the paper and expect for you to lay down before they do too much talking. They damn sure want you to lay down if they gun up on you. They're looking at you like, why you didn't lay down before we did this? And I'm sitting over here like, why would you even come to that? This is crazy. It's a weird thing, dude. Shout out to you, man, Mad Cat. Been in here a while, man. I recognize your name for a while now. Truth does not exist. What up, kid? And man, those in this bitch. What up? Where John at? What up, John? If you still in here, what's up, man? Hey, listen, I'm gonna get up out of here in this live stream. I love all y'all, man. I only talk to y'all like a big bro or a coach, because that's how I feel. Like I'm trying to coach y'all into some shit, and I kind of feel responsible for y'all. Not because I have to be responsible for any fucking body, but I feel like if I know or I think that I can say something to help y'all get better in tune with what the fuck it is that's even going on in life in general about all types of shit, I probably should say something. If you knew better about something that you see me struggling with or that you think I might benefit from by getting some knowledge, you should say something to me, or I'll be offended that you didn't try to save me. You didn't try to tell me nothing. You didn't try to help me at all. I'm offended by that you didn't try to teach me and tell me nothing. If you thought you knew better, tell me anything, bro. I will discard the bullshit and I will praise the good stuff and I'll make it a part of who I am if it's good. I know what to do. I got a filter. I know what to do. But tell me something. That's the best thing any of us can do, man. We should be having these conversations about gender equality or inequality, whatever you want to call it, racial inequality or whatever the fuck that is, the racism and all of that, gun rights, government business, big pharma, the money industry, the financial industry, all of it, man. All of it. Bill Gates and Elon Musk and all this money and all this shit that they own and what it is that they plan on doing, they all teaming up together, right? Of course, they will be aware of each other. When I say that there's an underlying network of people forming a team where it's us against them, and y'all see out here out on the open, very easily on the surface, they can't hide it because it's the truth. The roots will reveal a very similar story, a deeper story, all puns intended, that when you see these collaboration of power and minds out here on the surface. How the fuck can Elon Musk, whoever running fucking Apple nowadays, Bill Gates, the royal family, leaders in government, especially the U.S. government, heads of industry like the financial industry and the fucking military industrial complex, you think that these motherfuckers that are running all of these things don't work together, don't know each other, don't do business, and don't get an overall plan that they may or may not have fucking broadcasted to us? If you think that none of that makes any sense, you're an asshole. And that's way before you can get into any details about any conspiracies. I'm asking you if any of those things make sense, that these people will be very aware of each other and then work together to do something. Yes. If you think there's no military contracts either formed or being formed or intended on going directly to and from in a relationship between Elon Musk and all of that technology and militaries around the world, especially ours, you're insane. They're going to give that RoboCop a gun and tell him to come serve a warrant on your ass. Man. Fuck. RPM Trade Vietnam in this bitch at 100 minutes. I'm out.